Kayfabe Avenue.
Ladies and gentlemen, heels and faces, casual wrestling fans, and all you smart marks, I'm Richie Moon.
And I'm Kayfabe AJ.
And I'm Kayfabe Focus.
And this is Kayfabe Avenue. And pal, it's such good shit. Such good shit. Such good shit.
Where's my paralegal?
Pal. Such good shit in wrestling. Yesterday was Crown Jewel, and there were some cool things that happened on it, man. The Solo Sikoa. We have to throw the ones up. That's what we're doing right now. I ain't gonna hold you. I'm throwing the one up. Because he beat Roman Reigns clean.
I'm not. He's not my tribal chief.
I ain't say that. I'm just saying I acknowledge that man.
We're going to acknowledge him at some point.
You gotta acknowledge that man. He beat Roman. Now, you got Cody. In the last 4 years, Cody, Jey Uso. That's it.
The recently released
That's it.
Baron Corbin.
Well, I think that was before. That was before. But shout out to Baron Corbin. That's fucking whack.
Sidebar.
Yeah,
You think it's whack he got released?
I do. I think it's whack because he was cooking on NXT. He was cooking at NXT. They brought him up to the main roster. They did nothing with him, and then they released him. Why don't you just leave him in NXT?
So I pose one question.
Uh-huh.
Was he really cooking in NXT?
No.
After Braun
Or
Breaker
was
left?
he riding the coattails of Braun Breaker? Because if his gimmick was that good transitioning over, why it did nothing on SmackDown?
I don't feel like they really did anything with him.
Though that could be an argument. Probably not enough,
They did enough with him.
matches, but in the matches he was given
He would
paired
always
with
lose.
Apollo Crews, it was whack. Baron's problem is his personality doesn't shine through on any of the gimmicks that he gives. And that last one was hollow as fuck. It's not going to transition well from NXT to the main roster.
Should have just kept him in NXT.
I haven't enjoyed Baron Corbin since bum-ass Corbin.
Word.
Wish they could have went really further with that story.
We were talking about it earlier, me and Focus.
That could have been.
That shit should have went. He should
They
have.
could have milked that.
He should have been bum-ass Corbin for at least a year and a half minimum before they ever transitioned to him having good luck.
But that was during another era. Literally during another era. That's crazy. Literally during another era.
But I think it was time. If anybody needs to go somewhere else, and not necessarily AEW, he could go to TNA, whatever. He just needs to freshen up. He needs to be a completely different person.
He doesn't need to freshen up. You know what? I can't stand when wrestlers go off for a while and they don't change anything. Like, I'm not saying you have to do a whole different character. Like, I was like when Seth Rollins came back, I'm just like, bro, you didn't change anything. Adam Cole came back, I'm like, bro, you didn't change anything. It's just like, come on, guys.
It's like every day they just come back and not do.
But Seth Rollins wasn't that funny though. He came out he had the blue coat on, and then he
pulled out the same blue leather shirt underneath. Yo, he's just
retarded.
No. But the only thing I didn't like about the releases was how they did it. I feel like Indy Hartwell finding out she got released also, but she found out through Twitter.
Yeah, that's why.
That's some last regime bullshit that they need to deal away with. They need to bring these people into the office, sit them down, explain their fucking package or whatever, the 90-day clause or whatever there is. Wish them well, let them know, fully inform them, send them on their way.
I hope they give them a good severance package.
Like any
I don't know
job.
how that works.
Like any other job. You know what I'm saying? You don't find out.
They still, I mean,
find out you're fired
under
from your
the
job on Twitter.
under the 90-day clauses, the majority of them, from what I've seen them talk, they still get checks through the 90 days.
Yeah.
That's good.
So you take those 90 days to negotiate. Find a new place. Baron Corbin doesn't have to be necessarily done. He just needs to go somewhere, freshen up, Shit, I wouldn't even mind him trying something in New Japan.
TNA.
Get some edge to him or some
He
shit.
joined the Bullet Club.
I think he should go to TNA. Honestly, TNA is cooking right now.
I feel like
MLW.
because TNA is such a bridge to WWE again, I think he should stay away from that.
But look at Nick. Look at their champion. Look at their world champion. Even though they're bridge to it, he doesn't do anything with WWE. Nick Nemeth does nothing with WWE.
I think that's because he's also a little bitter.
He should be a little bit. I mean, but look at him being treated.
Did you see his tweet against Goldberg?
Yeah.
What'd he say?
He said,
Okay, we can segue to that.
something jackhammer, something, get him out of here in less than 3 minutes. And good riddance.
Dolph gave him a good match. Because Dolph can sell the hell out of
It sounds like Dolph was a little salty that he gave him that match from saying that.
That was a different regime. Maybe he didn't really want to. A lot of things. So speaking of William,
Crazy because he gave him one of the craziest spear highlights.
right? He sure did. Speaking of, so next year he's talking about coming into WWE and doing his retirement match. Who do you think William Goldberg is going to retire to? Is it going to be Gunther? That's kind of obvious.
I mean,
Rob
at this
Breaker.
point, that's the only storyline thing that makes sense.
Rob
but
Breaker.
I do want it to be Braun Breaker.
Because he could pass on the Goldberg tattoo.
Yeah, like you officially earned this tattoo. You can stop hearing me complain about, oh, this dude should just add to that tattoo so he doesn't remind me of Goldberg a little bit. Now it's like you earned the tat, bro.
Now you're gold.
You know what? I'll tell you this though.
Braun Burger.
I think every wrestler deserves their retirement match, yo. For real.
Yeah, we deserve to see him finally lose and pass the torch.
Yeah, I think everybody's doing that.
His son, have you seen his son? He's a few years away from developmental.
They're gonna sign him to the NIL.
He looks exactly like his father.
Yeah.
They're gonna send him to the nil.
To the nil.
They're gonna sign him to the nil.
He's going to go straight to the nails.
He's going straight to the nils. But back to the first one. Yo, first topic. Solo beat Roman clean. You know what I'm saying? He's one of 3 people to do that in the last couple of years.
What was the criticism of the match? Because
I
I didn't find anything wrong with the match besides Jimmy getting in a little bit late to stop the 3 count. That was the only little
I forgot.
kind of botch. But people online trying to discredit the match. You said that you felt like the match was meh.
Yeah,
So what was the criticism of the match?
I don't really have a criticism. It was just kind of it was just.
I enjoyed the whole thing.
Came out, ooh ah, spear, Superman punch, ooh ah. So it was. Listen, it was cool. The crowd was really into it. It did what it was supposed to do. It moved the storyline. Sami Zayn came out. Solo Sikoa looks really credible.
I enjoyed it because
it did what it's supposed to do.
The amount of plates it was spinning.
But the in-ring itself, it was just,
They put over Solo as a credible tribal chief, as a credible group going into War Games. They solidified Jimmy as the person who actually finally has the clear head. Mm-hmm. And is making the good decisions. Mm-hmm. They solidified Jay as his own man, coming out by himself, coming out last, having the reaction. Roman selling the kind of disgust but proud look. Jay being his own man, but kind of reluctant. Jay selling the fact that we still got beef, but we ain't here because of family. Right. Selling Jacob Fatu as a credible future talent that could possibly be in the heavyweight. Even Tama Tonga's yeah. That shit got over. Yeah. The whole crowd was doing that shit. So it was all those moments that made me like, yeah, I enjoyed it. Sami Zayn coming out was kind of, predictable as hell. But the way they pulled it off,
necessary story beat.
All 4 members of the original bloodline in every corner, Sammy and Roman trying to hit their finishes on Solo. Solo ducks. Sammy kicks Roman in the face. I think everything about it was well done. Jimmy missed the 3 count. I don't really know what the criticism is here.
Solo beat Roman twice. Nah, that was,
He's the.
that was the one.
I think that's what it is. People just wanted that instant gratification.
Nah.
I think most people that are
You
complaining.
gotta build Solo up to be that guy that Roman Reigns got to defeat.
Not only that, you gotta give an emotional reason that at the end of War Games, when the OG bloodline wins, we finally see Roman put that Ulu Fala back on.
The Ulas?
You know, it's gonna mean more.
Yeah.
That's the reason why they're on fire right now.
I agree.
Every little
Timing.
detail matters. By the time they get to the resolution, it's meaningful. People buy into it. I'm shit.
It's timing.
I'm glad it happened clean.
Yeah.
It happened with no interference of The Rock, so that plate is still spinning. It can happen at War Games. Like, there's so many storylines going into it, so I'm like, I don't know. People just aren't satisfied.
I think it was great.
It did what it did exactly what it was supposed to do. It did exactly what it was supposed to do. We have two new champions. Technically, we do have two new champions with Liv and Cody winning the champion of the most champions. You know what I'm talking about? What is it called?
The super heavyweight.
The super heavyweight, super duper.
Super duper heavyweight.
The
giant.
Crown Jewel Championships.
Crown
The men and
Jewel.
women Crown Jewel
Are you
Championships.
sure that's what it's called?
Yeah, them shits is huge as fuck.
Are you sure they're not called the super duper heavyweight champion of the championships?
Nah. They should just be called the Saudi Arabian champion.
Is it the Saudi champs?
At
The
this
progressive
That
city of
belt
Jeddah.
was bigger than Liv.
Facts.
I like the concept, but I'm also going to give credit to AEW for kind of doing it first with the Owen Hart titles. But I feel AEW should take some like pointers from WWE as far as tell people these championships really don't matter. They're just a look.
Mm-hmm.
And then the way that WWE added the rings was like, all right, so it makes sense to why it should matter. Because now you're building something special, a special group of people that have the rings. It's like Hall of Fame rings. It's
So
like
you're
Super
saying
Bowl
yeah.
rings.
They should have combined like how they do the diamond,
The diamond ring
and an Owen Hart,
And the Owen Hart, they should do it.
that.
Yeah, because
I like how they do the diamond ring, but it hasn't
but the diamond ring doesn't signify anything.
doesn't really. Well, MJ actually
The ring.
MJF makes it mean something because it's a reoccurring thing in his matches. He's won championships with that. With sneaking.
Yeah,
out.
I mean sneak punching, but let's be honest. That ring hasn't meant anything since it was on Cody's hand in Ring of Honor, and it was to signify the Ring of Honor championship, which I think Cody was probably the direct inspiration for the way the Crown Jewel ring and championship display ended up happening, because that's literally what Cody did. I don't want to carry this Ring of Honor championship anymore. I'm gonna wear this ring. And this is the Ring of Honor the Ring of Honor Championship.
Right.
So, I definitely think that they should take that. The MJF ring, like, I think in the first year it gave him the number one contendership, right?
Yeah.
Winning it. After that, it was like, it's just the MJF ring now.
Because he won it. He's like the only one that's won it.
Yeah. So it doesn't really mean anything right now.
Well, what else do we have?
mean,
what else do we have coming out of Crown Jewel?
It builds prestige, though.
For who? MJF? Or you talking about the other ones?
But MJF and the ring.
And the Crown Jewel rings?
Not the Crown Jewel, but his
ring.
ring. Because it shows consistency that
That he keeps winning it.
yeah. And MJF is a pillar that, eventually won the world title. So,
Those pillars are weak.
I mean, those
Well,
pillars
now-
may be weak, but we talking about MJF here, and MJF is elevating the value of the ring every time he wins.
I think they're gonna make the Crown Jewel championships mean, because I mean they go there every year, so now it's something that, it's inevitable for them to go
The
back.
concept made the pay-per-view overall worth something, because
Right.
it's always felt like a side
It's not
pocket.
canon. It's felt
Yeah,
not
like
canon.
a side pocket universe that doesn't matter on the weekly show. Now it's like, all right,
This is canon now.
We get our champion versus champion match that we usually would get at Survivor Series,
Mm-hmm.
and we get it at Crown Jewel,
Yeah.
which will keep building on tradition after a few years. We can start comparing stats of, well, how many Crown Jewel Championship rings has this person won, and that'll eventually be a cool stat for people who care about things like that.
Right. They also got the King of the Ring too.
I'm also kind of jealous how they actually have a Hall of Fame in Saudi Arabia,
and
we don't
It's
in America.
Money. It's that Saudi money in the beautiful city of Jeddah. It's so progressive. You know what I'm saying? So
We out to Jeddah
we out to Jeddah right now.
next year.
Right.
Hell no.
Why
What do you
not?
mean?
Hell no.
Why?
Listen.
Why?
Hell no.
Why? Why?
Why not?
Why?
Nah,
Why?
I'm sorry.
Why?
Why not?
Why?
Why not?
I'm not going anywhere where it's difficult to be an American. Like, no.
Dude, it's difficult to be an American in America.
Facts, it's true.
It's true.
I feel that.
But at least I'm from here. I don't got to get deported or detained. I don't need a president to try to help me get out of a situation. I'm good.
I feel that.
Right. Right. Speaking of, man, we got a lot of wrestlers, former wrestlers, current wrestlers,
The rest.
heavy in this, heavy in the campaigns. Not trying to talk about politics, but like they're heavy into it, man.
The wrestlers?
Yeah.
The wrestlers.
Yeah, Hulk Hogan freaking cooning for Trump. That's what we're talking about here.
Yeah.
What do you think about?
We're talking
what do you
about.
think about Taker? What do you think about Taker and Kane doing an interview with Trump?
I don't want to I don't want to get into politics.
No.
And people
No.
like.
I don't. Yeah. I don't.
I would so. With trying to be completely unbiased because of my personal beliefs on on politics, completely disregarding that, I would say it's a big look for Undertaker to bring his podcast to more viewers. I can't say that I supported that episode and watched it to comment on anything about the content that they spoke about.
Right.
But, you know, it's a big look, regardless of, you know, what their beliefs are, because we already know Kane is also a Republican and
Mayor Kane,
very Donald Trump.
What do you think? What do you think his thoughts on cocaine is? I mean, because he got cocaine, he got Bane, he got.
I want to know
Game.
Game. What's his stance on Game?
What's his stance on Game? You know what I'm saying?
Got blue cane, cocaine.
Is he with?
Those are the memes that's been populating the internet this past week, but
you know,
no, it's a big thing for Undertaker. I mean, you know, this is something that I wish more wrestlers, that especially the big legends, that once they retire, that they have the opportunity to do. Undertaker is probably the biggest mystery as far as personal life.
Well, not anymore. Nope, everybody knows Mark.
Who?
I mean, but that's the point. He got his platform gives us more insight on his career, things that we didn't really get to know him for.
He held Kayfabe for years, so like
So I think he deserves a good platform.
Yeah,
it was big for him. Big up to Mark. You know,
at the end of the month,
I just disagree with their politics, and we'll leave it at that.
Right. At the end of the month, we're going a full year.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean, AEW really brings it with their pay-per-views.
I need to start hitting the gym again.
See, and that's the thing. I could be negative on the current state of AEW, and I could week to week point out the bullshit that they try to shove in our face on the weekly TV. But when it comes to the pay-per-views, I'll never have a complaint. Because you go there, you probably have the most fun. You've had an event, just, you know, bugging out or just enjoying the show. But the week to week, to me, stories don't matter. So, like, right now, what is happening going into Full Gear that you're particularly excited? Because right now, I can only think of Swerve versus Lashley. And I like the idea of a Hangman versus Jay White. Other than that, like, what are you guys looking forward to? What are the storylines leading in that you feel like we gonna see at Full Gear that might be worth it?
The Hurt Syndicate,
That's what I said.
basically.
Basically.
And seeing Bobby Lashley's sister join the Hurt Syndicate, potentially
And who's Bobby Lashley's sister?
Max Caster. So it seems that the Acclaim might split up. So we'll see how that goes because
In seriousness, I think they do need to split up.
Yeah, they do. It's getting a little stuff.
all the scissoring.
I think Bowens is the whole concept behind the scissors, so he could keep that. And I think Max Caster needs to find himself and his character again because I think them together have been kind of lackluster recently.
Yeah, it's just kind of I feel like it's kind of ran its course.
I'm ready to see Max Caster be a bigger star and his partner.
Yeah. We don't mind looking for.
I mean, there's a lot of people who are taking their spots right now. You know, you got Private Party.
That was a good
Max
match.
N collection. So
All bullshit aside, as much as I'm like, I kind of hate the fact that they dropped the titles on Dynamite, and I feel like they should have put more eyes on it at Full Gear, and the Bucks should have dropped it there. I want to big up Private Party for finally doing something in AEW, finally having an accomplishment as a tag team, regardless of the situation or the current state of AEW. These guys are day one AEW guys.
they won it
Before they ever signed to AEW, we used to see these guys in House of Glory.
Mm-hmm.
We saw them versus the Bucks at House of Glory for the first time. So
fighting over $25.
really, but big ups to them. They
It
finally
was
did something that was
$25.
worthwhile.
It was $25. Yeah, it was $25. Yeah, that was a good match. I happened on Dynamite because I think that was a good time for the title place for the titles to change hands in the story.
I feel like they should have. The thing is, they get their most viewership and their most interactivity with the company when it comes to the pay-per-views. You want to give Private Party that crowning achievement. I think they should have did it in front of the most eyes. That's my only, thing about it. Like, and then why are the Bucks gone? Was there a storyline reason for the Bucks? Did they injure the Bucks?
They scared.
They're scared of the BCC.
They scared of the BCC.
Yeah.
This is just to build them back up to come back and fight the BCC and try to save AEW.
With Orange Cassidy.
Which right now makes no storyline sense. I know we was going into that a few days ago, and right now it just doesn't make sense. You dropped the whole story.
Because Orange Cassidy's gonna save AEW with Darby Allin and the Elite.
Right, but how the Elite should be nowhere near this storyline.
But they want to insert themselves in every storyline. And besides, Mox wants to be EVPs now probably in the new company, and because Tony had it and wants them to kick them out or something.
Oh, I'm just saying. I'm saying like
It's gonna lead.
let it play out.
It's gonna lead to World's End, and it's gonna be the control of AEW on a pole match.
On the pole match.
Oh no, not on the pole.
Facts on the pole match.
Oh man.
AEW rights control on a pole match.
Not on the pole.
And if the BBC wins,
It's not the BBC. Not the BBC.
then they take control of AEW.
Not the BBC. Oh, good God.
Good God.
Good God.
Good God. I'm just saying.
It was reported.
And then, Moxley takes control of everything, and then Shane comes out.
I think people need to stop banking on Shane. Like, what is Shane going to contribute to the company
Nothing.
as an on-screen character?
Nothing.
Nothing the fuck at all. Because if that was the case, they should have just not debuted Christopher Daniels as the GM. If that was the case. And Christopher Daniels as a GM is laughable as fuck. Because where is that? Where has been his interaction on the show in the last couple weeks?
He pops up.
I haven't even thought about
He
Christopher
pops
Daniels.
up like here and there.
He
Like,
he goes to every different story, say, "Hey, here's your match," because I'm trying to create consistency, and then he leaves, and that's it.
He's been no part of any storyline. He hasn't pushed any stories. He hasn't done anything since that story with the Bucks kind of just fizzled out.
I mean, he doesn't really have to do anything.
So-
he's basically the one that's making the matches.
Not only
Since
that,
Tony Khan is scared for his life.
you said that maybe Kenny is gonna join the Elite. They
Nah,
need
I
a
think-
whole
I
arc.
think Kenny's gonna
They need
join the BCC.
That'll be good to see, and he'll be the staple to make BCC have credibility to run the shit.
Yep.
That would make more sense to me. Have Kenny come back as a heel. He could shit on the Bucks for them dissing his sickness and ending his membership to the Elite on live television. He can even throw in the real life bullshit of Tony just booking Kenny without Kenny even knowing he's being booked in the middle of his him being away for his sickness. So there's so much shit that they could use and draw from. I'd rather see Kenny come and join the BCC, or Kenny be the one to save the Elite if he comes back. I mean, to save the AEW.
Maybe he comes out with his own group.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
The rumors are saying he's coming back to fight Okada.
But that's for
what?
Bitch.
And that's for New Japan, right?
No, not for New Japan. That's like the long term plan for him. Like when he comes back, for him to eventually fight Okada in America. But
in the Tokyo Dome of America,
there is none.
Nah, well they do. They are having next year. They are going to be in Texas for all in instead of London. So I don't know. Maybe next year, All In 2025 is headlined by Kazuchika Okada and Kenny Omega. But I mean, before we get to there, I don't know. We'll see what happens when Kenny comes back. We'll see how it all plays out and how all these plates spin and how it all turns out.
Yeah, I think they're spinning crack plates because a lot of it don't make sense.
Never do.
That's where they need to. If you're gonna drop a story, at least when you bring these guys back, pull on that same thread that you left off on. At least, they kind of just forget Tony for being a fan first doesn't make sense to me either because you have a long memory, Tony.
Yeah.
You remember everything that happened in WCW, WWF as a fan and the lore behind why these characters became who they were and the rivalries and shit. And shouldn't he have that critical eye to his own product of saying these threads need to be picked up or complete?
Yeah. I think sometimes there's too much assumption, or sometimes the storyline gets dropped for too long, or I don't know. Maybe
or they just put on YouTube and everybody forgets about
it. Or maybe it happens on Collision. I don't know.
Illusion of delusion.
Maybe it happens on Collision. I don't know. But back to the original question though. I'm excited to see that Bobby Lashley and Swerve. See where that goes. Swerve got to get some help. So see who he recruits, how that whole storyline plays out.
That was a question I posed too. Who does Swerve go to? Does he just out of left field get his mogul embassy back?
Nah.
He can go to Top Flight.
You know who I think he's gonna go to? You know which is gonna be crazy?
The Leo Rush and them?
Yeah.
That would be. I was gonna say something crazy. I was gonna say somebody he might go.
Not one of those guys are credible against the Hurt Business.
Yeah.
Against the Hurt Syndicate. Syndicate Hurt. Whatever they call it now.
Pain Production.
The producers.
Producers of the Pond.
I really don't think anyone kind of fits with Swerve to go against them guys.
I mean, you have the Gates of Agony, but
nah, it's a wrap. They turned their back on him. I don't know who Swerve's gonna get. So I guess we gotta see how that plays out and see what happens. 'Cause he gotta get somebody. Can't go up against old.
He's gonna be Shane McMahon.
Gosh. The best in the world, Shane McMahon.
Best in the world.
The best in the world, Shane McMahon.
Tony should do that. Be a douche. Start teasing CM Punk. The best in the world segments, and then it's Shane McMahon.
Oh my gosh, I need that. I'm pretty sure CM Punk will be back soon.
Like never.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about to WWE.
Oh,
yeah, they're back from Saudi. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure he probably will pop up on Raw tomorrow.
Well, Seth kind of put the nail in the coffin on that rivalry. They could actually just stop right now unless Bronson still wants the smoke. So it would make sense to pick up where he left off, because what WWE is doing and what I keep talking about is finishing threads. And that Bronson Reed and Rollins thread has been built up over, what, 6+ months, 8 months now, since Mania or some shit. So that finally completed. The storyline with him and CM Punk is about to lap over a year now. So that makes perfect sense for him to come back and leading into like Rumble season, have those series of matches with Seth. I could see them even being the last two in the Rumble.
Well, there's a lot of things you can do with
CM Punk's definitely gonna win the Rumble though.
He should.
I think
He should.
Just so he could headline WrestleMania.
At this point, I don't think. I think it's been long enough. He's earned it. Injury, great storyline. I think he, on paper, deserves it now. And it's not a situation like kind of Cody got skyrocketed.
I mean, his skyrocket was the actual though.
Who, Cody?
Yeah.
No, it was.
The fans wanted it. I mean,
they had the kind of the same trajectory though.
We have 2 nights. So
it was the adrenaline in his soul.
It was definitely the adrenaline
that elevated him
Yeah.
to get to that spot.
Right, and you know something.
And it was
Cody
also
Rhodes, yeah.
half his arm hanging off of his fucking chest, and
Man, that was talk about.
So
an amazing.
that's what I'm saying. They had kind of the same trajectory. They came back big, got injured, overcame injury. Now it's time for CM Punk to win the Royal Rumble. It could be kind of called the Cody spot.
The Cody spot?
Yeah.
Cody spot.
Come back from to the company after a few years, have a good showing, injure, overcome.
You know who I think is gonna be in that Cody spot within 5 years?
He said the Cody spot with the injury included.
Yeah. The Cope.
The Cope.
Facts.
The Cope.
He's gonna. How is his progress? Has they updated his progress on his foot?
Yo, he's taking bodies out of.
He probably retired.
Nah.
You saying?
Nah, he got
He
one
was
more run.
taking bodies for the hurricane relief. He should be good by now.
Yeah, he'll be good soon. I'm sure he'll be good soon.
Drink some milk. You know, he'll be alright.
He needs some milk.
Yeah, I'm sure the Cope will be back soon.
That was such a. It's like the decision making, bro. Like, can't y'all just make good decisions and keep your roster good and bulky?
Nah.
Like, good and healthy.
Nah.
I'm scared for Bobby Lashley, bro.
Why?
Why?
Name one good super heavyweight that's been done justice in AEW. Name one.
Super heavyweight.
Yeah, he's a super heavyweight. The only one I'll give y'all, Samoa Joe.
Samoa Joey?
Joe.
And he really got that title because CM Punk left.
Man, I don't know.
So I'm saying, not one. Not one.
Maybe 2.
Hobbs, where he at?
He's injured.
What's his, but before injury, what was his career looking like?
Tritty.
What was Wardlow's career looking like?
Tritty.
What was Brian Cage's career looking like?
Tritty.
They dropped the ball.
Miro.
Tritty.
We got Lana on IG
Miro?
doing seances on Halloween trying to get Rusev back.
What happened though? Is he just not like? Is he?
Did he get his release?
Nah, I don't even know. Did he ask for a release?
He just sure did.
I don't know.
He sure did.
Yeah, right. I don't know, man.
So
They need Aleister Black back.
he's been on TV recently, but
he about to lose to Adam Cole, which is trash.
Yo, Adam Cole.
Yo, Arthur Fleck has a better body than Adam Cole.
And Cody, by the way, Cody Rhodes gave us the permission to body shame the wrestlers.
Word. So fuck.
He 100% said we're on TV with our shirts off.
Yep.
You have every right.
Yeah. So fuck
My dude, you was out for what, like almost a year?
looking like an orange piece of shit.
Almost like 2 years.
Bro, half the women's division looked bigger than him.
Bro, he looked so discolored in that last.
He was yellow.
appearance.
Yeah.
Like what the fuck is wrong with you?
Listen,
Because his
hold on.
tan wasn't all that.
Before I say
You
what,
standing next to Buddy Murphy, there's no way you're gonna compare it to Buddy Murphy is a specimen, bro. Pause. He should have had multiple championships by now. Not a trio championship. He should have been an international champ. He should have been a TNT champ. He should have been a Continental Crown champ. Whatever the fuck you call the FTW champ. All that.
New Japan Strong Championship.
All of it. He should have been a multi-time champion. Him, Alistair.
the TNA champion?
The TNA champion.
Facts.
Shit, he should have went to TNA. He should have went to
Did you just
TNA.
give him all the belts? No,
Shit. But yeah, man, you got Adam Cole standing next to guys like Buddy Murphy, and we're supposed to really be like, yeah, Adam Cole's gonna whoop his ass.
Yo, for real, I was really upset when Adam Cole won that match. First off, for 2 reasons. For that reason, and 2, it's just a better story. It's just you've been out for like 14 months.
You should
lose.
Repeatedly.
Especially you came back scrawnier.
And then here's the thing, right?
He was like, I could go lighter.
I'm not listen, I'm not gonna body shame nobody.
Yo, bro, he's trying to go small without going big.
He's not Full Gear.
He's not
So
Full
we're
Gear.
supposed to expect him at Full Gear to beat his opponents?
You know what? That's where I'm gonna leave it at. Yeah, good. He's just not Full Gear. I just don't understand.
He's not Full
I
Gear.
just don't understand why you're not Full Gear. And that's where I'm just going to leave that at. I don't understand why you would not be in Full Gear when...
You know, most guys, when they leave for injury,
For 14.
they go on the Triple H,
Like 15
return, like, diet and exercise. You know, like,
Bro, when did
I'm
that-
trying to come back looking the most craziest. Like, I'm trying to make people say, wow, as soon as they see me type
Bro,
shit.
that injury almost happened 2 years ago.
It's like the
'Cause
same
it-
yellow leather jacket got baggy on him since the last time we saw
I'm
him.
not even... God damn. I mean, you know...
Yeah.
That's foul, bro. That baggy ass leather jacket.
Tell me not. He could have fit him and Britt Baker if she was still with him at this point.
Nah, man.
Like,
And Marco Stunt.
Marco fits in anything, right? Shit.
Damn.
I think he was trying to compete with Marco Stunt.
Listen, I don't like the fact that... I really hope that Malachi Black beats Adam Cole next week. He's probably not. But I think
Of
it's
course
He
not.
should. He by all means he should.
He really should. Like,
But he's not.
oh gosh,
If
you just should.
Malachi Black is sitting at home and thinking, yo, my career is going amazing,
Bro, this is crazy.
I don't know what's wrong.
How do you have you have this roster, bro? How have you not done like Malachi Black versus Kazuchika Okada, bro? You have this
Him versus Swerve.
Ross. Come on,
Him
bro.
versus Swerve.
How have you not done like Buddy versus all these Brian Cage versus
Buddy Murphy
Oh my gosh,
could have filled the void of Kenny Omega. I'm going to just say that.
You feel that?
I go that far to say if they would have pushed Buddy the right way, he could have filled the void of Kenny Omega. They have a similar moveset. He's just as hard hitting and athletically, could do the same things. And physique wise and presence, he could have filled the shoes. That whole group, the House of Black could have filled the entire void of the top stars being injured and gone.
I absolutely agree because I think Malachi Black can be your world champion. I think
know what I did?
I think Brody Lee could be your world champion.
I think they just don't want a spooky champion.
That's stupid.
Maybe. But you know what?
Oh, we don't want an Undertaker character.
That's right.
Why would we ever want to have a Kane storyline?
Right, like the House of
We love to copy WWE so much, but the cool shit,
The House of Black could have been like terrifying. You know what I'm saying?
Our favorite guy is the guys who put his hands in his pockets.
I ain't gonna hold you though.
The John Cena of AEW.
I rock with Orange Cassidy though.
Orange Cassidy.
No, I rock with Orange Cassidy though. I ain't gonna hold you. I put my hands in my pockets. I rock with Orange Cassidy.
He's the best thing they got going. That's from day one.
Right.
Literally.
I don't understand, Tony. Listen, pal. There's a good chance in the future I'm probably gonna work for you, right? So listen to me. You have all these toys. You gotta use them better. You have dream matches that can happen like that. All you gotta do is slap a story on them, some bitches, and put them out.
Tony listens to podcasts. I know he does. There's been a lot of overlap with shit that we've said before, and it just ends up down the line getting there.
Yep.
Goodness gracious!
If he does ever listen, please push the House of fucking Black.
House of Black should definitely be like.
Yo, just if you want to continue storylines from WWE via like the Hurt Business,
could you imagine,
or via Billy Gunn and all this old shit you like to reference, bro? Let him finish cooking that storyline that he had with the eye going dark and the remember the vignettes that WWE was putting out? It looked like a Slender Man kind of cartoon, but it was like the history of Malachi Black's like little storyline he was trying to put. Go back. It was right before he got let go for WWE.
Yeah.
Finish cooking those storylines.
Yeah.
They could have had their own version of Bray Wyatt years ago.
Yeah, they've been there for a minute.
They've been slacking.
They've been really slacking. I mean, but maybe and
I'm only comparing him to Bray Wyatt as a compliment.
Yeah.
Because Malachi is his own thing, and I like his style.
Right. I'm honestly no.
How come we haven't seen anything between Darby Allin and the whole House of Black? We just see him against Brody King.
Why is Darby Allin not in the House of Black? If you don't think any of those guys can lead, and you like to put Darby Allin in all these situations, you want to let Sting ride the coattails of Darby Allin.
Facts. Oh my gosh.
Emphasis on the riding the coattails.
Oh my god.
Of Darby Allin.
Oh my, what?
You feel me? We could go there.
We're not.
We can go there.
We are not going there. We are not going there.
Put Darby Allin in the House of Black. It doesn't look random like the rest of the pairings these guys are doing.
No, that's what.
Right now, Swerve needs help. He had a whole stable. Then a few weeks ago, they're just with someone else. Randomly.
Well, they turned their back on him.
It doesn't take away from the random joining of other people.
Yeah.
You had a whole stable. Why let them go if down the line the story goes, now you need people?
Right.
Because where's the story going to go if you don't got people? Well,
we're
going to beat the shit out of you until you do join the Hurt Syndicate business.
Now it's what is the tag team doing with their life now that they're not in the Mongol embassy?
God knows. God knows.
They just disappeared off the face of the earth.
I don't know.
I don't know what's going on recently, which I don't mind as far as the private party goes, but recently they've been trying to push like the younger crowd in AEW, like the Top Flight and that little Leo Rush group they got going on. I guess finally trying to build the people that been there for the 4 or 5 years, and he's finally starting to reach out.
To Top Flight's defense, he's
Injuries?
always tried. Yeah, he's always tried to push them, but they just always get injured. It's
horrible
so
investment.
Honestly, that's been a lot. It sucks, but that's plagued AEW since day one. Injuries at key times.
I remember when AEW kept talking about sloppy shops.
The sloppiest of the shoppiest.
The sloppy shops.
Taz in the middle of the ring. Everybody was hyped when he said that shit.
Sloppy shops.
We don't run a sloppy shop when my dude, your injury record says otherwise.
That was a different time, man.
That was a different time.
Man, that time I miss looking forward to what the next T was dropping to support AEW or the Elite or it was.
I miss when AEW was must see TV.
It felt like everything was going somewhere at that point.
Everything was
So I am afraid for Bobby Lashley. I hope that storyline, once they go through Swerve or whatever happens in that situation, I hope they keep him prominent. What I didn't like was commentary on his debut. Well, he has a right to go straight to the championship. Right. How?
Right, just because you beat up a former champion doesn't.
How? No, he said it before they touched Swerve. Go back. Okay. On his entrance in the ramp, still walking down, Tony Schiavone's already saying that this guy has a lane to the championship or a right to go after the championship.
Well, I met Tony Schiavone. He's a nice man. But
maybe it's in his contract, his ironclad contract.
Tony Schiavone, shut your whore mouth.
He's a contender.
I mean, by all means, he should be physically and things he can do. He should be AEW champion within the year.
Maybe eventually, but let that shit play out.
If you're gonna continue the Hurt Business, I say they need to have him as AEW champion by 365 days from what I'm saying right now. He should already have been champion.
He needs to start powerbombing people outside into the outside of the ring.
Right.
All that.
Starting with the next Dynamite.
All that.
Just pick up Marco Stunt.
He need to be like
Marco Stunt and just powerbomb him.
He need to be like Leo. All the niggas you fucking with is trash. Join the Hurt Business,
right?
Nigga.
Right. Leo Rush can come out with
that ass. You don't gotta be a talker as much, even though we love the way you used to talk. MVP can handle that, and the rest of us don't have to talk because you trash at talking.
And AEW got enough championships so everybody can have championships.
All of them.
They can just be dripping.
All of them. Even though I do wish they had,
and then you can have like the House of Black.
Delete one of the titles and put a true cruiserweight championship.
I don't think they need
because Leo Rush would never be a heavyweight champion.
I don't think you need a cruiserweight championship. I don't think you need a specific.
He could win the title,
but I'm never
gonna respect that you're a heavyweight champion.
That's what the TNT championship is for.
Yeah, but then you minimalize. You know what I mean? Like if you don't have that many championships,
it's like an open weight because anybody can win that. You know what I'm saying?
Don't they have open? No, that's New Japan.
That's New Japan. I do think AEW can combine their championship. I don't think the Continental
and the International should be one belt.
Continental Breakfast Championship?
Yeah, I think you can combine the Continental and
Breakfast Championship and International?
You know what I'm saying? You can do that.
How many flights do you get though?
I don't know. But
who do you think is next to debut?
Who's Tony Khan contract tampering with?
Facts.
Sheesh.
I mean, he's starting to pull for the WWE playbook more and more as time goes on.
You realize you got to go to the dark side.
I would never fire people.
There was no other way.
Fires people.
I mean, he's pretty good with that.
I would never add time. Adds time.
Yeah, I think honestly, I think that is whack on both sides. I think they should stop that. They should really stop that.
The contract tampering?
No, I don't know if they're contract tampering, but I'm talking about when people get injured, adding time onto that should stop with both sides. When a contract is up, let them go, and that should be an agreement on both sides.
Yeah, because the person gets injured, they're losing stock, TV time, all that. So you shouldn't add time because of that.
Right. Nobody wants to get injured.
But if it's gonna be a practice, don't talk shit about the other guy doing it, and then realize, oh, this is why you do it. Because when Stephanie Vaquer debuted at NXT, they were pissed. Now you want to put a clause in your contracts that you can't debut for another brand after you work.
I do think Stephanie Vaquer should have done business with. I mean, you said why she didn't want to do business.
Yeah, they were employing her abusive ex-boyfriend on her.
I forgot about that.
in the company she was with. Yeah, that's crazy. And the people who went against her when that situation happened, right? Wasn't it Roosh? You said.
I guess so.
So
So she just left, went to WWE.
yeah, she didn't break any rules. But now they're starting to understand why WWE moves in certain ways that they do move. I say abolish the shit in general, but don't criticize the practices of another company and then realize, oh shit, we might have to incorporate that later. It's a lot of foot in mouth happening, you know.
With the contract separate.
When times change, man.
But
Times change, make you do
the
different
recent
things.
WWE releases, I think Indy
yeah.
Hartwell and
Spoke on
Tegan Knox should definitely join AEW.
I think
that's
Eddie Hartwell's going to TNA.
I think TNA and I think WWE's developmental.
Here's the thing. I really,
That's where she belongs.
Yeah, I
They
think
demoted her. They released her from NXT so she could go to the even more developmental of TNA.
That actually makes a lot of sense though to do a move like that, because you give them an opportunity to become bigger in a place where there's more women for her to play with and there's more time for her.
I really pray for TNA's sake that Triple H and Nick Khan move a bit kinder than Vince, because what it's really looking like is all these big stars coming out of TNA.
They're being absorbed.
Even Joe Hendry, Jordan Grace. Looks like their problem when their contract is up. Looks like they're going to WWE.
But I don't mind that, because what is left for Jordan Grace at TNA?
That's true.
Joe Henry's different. Joe Hendry could accomplish a couple more titles over there.
It's kind of until like next year though.
But Jordan Grace has done everything.
Yeah, Jordan
over
Grace.
there.
Yeah, Jordan
so
Grace.
it's time, and she looks like a WWE superstar.
She does.
Her Rumble appearance was crazy. Speaking of like developmentals
but I
and
mean,
shit,
just like overall, like you know, I hope he doesn't like they just start creating stars and like they just like
nah.
you know.
Because speaking of developmentals and partnerships with WWE announced the WWE ID,
yes,
which
India.
is partnerships they're doing with
The
developmental
in India.
and indie promotions. So
It's
the people who choose to partner, obviously a lot of them will get the opportunity to do cross-brand promotional stuff and eventually be like feeders to WWE's system. So there's going to be a lot of opportunity, a lot of places that are going to be looked at now.
Yeah, I think that's a good thing. I think that's an amazing thing. I'm gonna say the same thing that
that's
I said
going to
before.
give a lot of money to the wrestling schools around the world.
Yeah.
So hopefully,
So far that I
better
know, Nightmare
equipment.
Factory's been confirmed.
So you know they'll get better equipment. That means better training, more guest appearances, and stuff to give in knowledge that these young talent desperately need, so that they can slow down and not try to do as much flippy shit. and
The
go
only
back to
valid
chain
concern that I
grabbing.
seen was, I guess, some people dimming their styles down to fit the WWE molds in the indies. But I don't think that's going to be a problem. Because it's still going to be their promotions running their shows. So they're going to be able to present what they want. It's just they'll be feeder systems.
Right.
More
it's
money.
yeah, it's they're definitely going to provide a much needed helping hand. I pray that it's not like how it was. I don't know how the indie wrestling scene is, but I know it was under a different regime. But I do think it's worth mentioning. The last time we seen something like this with WWE coming over to the UK, and man, they tore that indie scene up.
Was it really the WWE or was it the Me Too scandal?
Me Too scandal.
They signed all the wrestlers.
And most of the wrestlers got caught up in the Me Too
Hell
scandal?
no. There was a lot still happening, even though NXT UK was a thing.
They signed they signed like all the biggest stars, and like then in their contracts they couldn't like wrestle in the indies anymore.
That's because they were in NXT. They were in a different promotion.
Yeah, but like imagine like you going taking your top 5 like
Happens
your best
all the
stars
time in
all
the indies.
But you see,
All of the indies, their goals are to reach the big companies.
But that's your. You wanted to go to WWE in the first place.
Exactly.
That's your decision. It's not like they're.
If you're an indie promotion, you gotta know you're an indie promotion. You gotta know that you guys are here for now, not forever. You know.
That's why you got to try to get as many people as you can to train and stuff. You know.
I just think Tony has a problem a problem on the horizon. I think he's the only one that has to worry in this situation. The more WWE ID developmentals, the less that he has to feed AEW system. So he might have to consider a developmental system of his own. Not only that, the recent rumors of the contracts of WWE with these arenas, and how the arenas can't do business with another wrestling company for 3 to 6 months before and after
it's always been the case.
their promoted event. Yeah. So now with NEC touring, you're getting the minor shows in these smaller arenas. So it's not going to leave Tony a lot of options to expand his reach in different areas of the country. So I think the only person who got to worry is Tony Khan.
Well, I think Tony Khan has a lot of ways to draw talent from. He could draw talent from CMLL. He could draw talent from New Japan. He could draw talent from New Japan in the U.S. because they got that U.S. dojo. So I feel like he has a lot of talent that he could exploit, you know, and take advantage of.
And there's other in the independent promotions are back on the rise because AEW kind of, you know, and this is just kind of the cost of doing business, kind of killed the indies for a little bit just by them existing. Like a lot of people were able to go there, you know what I'm saying? Now the indies are back on the rise, you know what I'm saying? So there's talent everywhere.
You just gotta find it.
Mm-hmm. They're out there. But you know, we can do this all day.
Can we?
Definitely.
Yeah.
But for now, we should bid you adieu.
Yes.
Adieu.
Ooh, it's been a long time, but Kenny, take us home.
Bye and good.